Hey, what's up? It's Chris here from Chris's Sci-Fi Reactions. Today we're back with another classic Who reaction. No, it's been a while, but I did just rewatch parts 1 and 2 of this episode to make sure I'm caught up. This is the War Games Part 3. If you want the full uncut and edited reaction, you can head over to Patreon and get up to Part 2 of the Moon Base, I believe it is. Yes, that's correct. So, yeah, I've been really enjoying this story, actually. Yeah, it's different. We've obviously got new companions, I feel. Because I'm not 100% sure, but I think these were sort of the companions that we saw at the beginning of Twice Upon a Time, I think it was called. So I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like Dodo, that's right, is sort of being written out of this story. Now, I hope we see her again either in the last episode or maybe this episode, but I do get that impression that they're trying to write her out. Obviously, if she doesn't appear in the end of this episode, I think I'll be a bit disappointed, and I think it will be a bit of a crappy way to write off a character, but I'll just have to wait and see. So I don't think there's much more to be said. Yeah, so without further ado, let's just get straight on into this episode.
This is a warning. Danger! There is a stranger. He must be found and eliminated at once. Stop your work and start searching immediately. He must be found.
Polly, what are you doing here?
I came to look for you.
Well, did the doctor tell you where I was?
Yes.
Look, be careful, don't go in there.
Why?
Well, it's incredible. I must get back to the doctor and talk to him.
What's incredible? What have you seen in there?
I can't tell you now, Duchess. Look, keep back, Polly, I'm telling you, come on.
Why?
Because the people in there have gone mad. They seem as though they've been hypnotized or brainwashed.
What else did you see?
They sort of act like robots.
Moved. It just killed someone. Come on, you must get out of here. Polly, come on! Polly, do you know what you're doing? Go and get the doctor before it's too late.
I don't think you can get through to her.
The machine will deal with him.
Polly, go, girl! Go and get the doctor, Polly!
Bring him. The stranger has been spying.
Polly!
I think if you tried a few times, you'd get the picture.
Oh, dear. Well, take my advice, Doctor. It's no good upsetting yourself. Oh, yes, that boy should be back here ages ago. Well, you know what young people are. He's probably been distracted by something. Well, he seemed quite a responsible young lad. I suppose if he hasn't...
Ed, all of you! Polly, can't you see what's happened to you?
What does the girl want?
I trapped him. I did not let him escape.
That is true.
Votan requires all the labor we can find. It is too soon to destroy this stranger. Let him work and destroy him later.
How do you know what Votan wants?
I have just come from Professor Brett. These are his orders and the orders of Votan.
Was that true?
Let him live.
I'm not 100% sure.
You must all work. Go back to your work.
That was a close one, thanks, girl. Oh, you really played him along. You even had me fooled.
You have been spared. Now you must...
We must attack simultaneously. Object of attack: to take over strategic centers and assume control of all human authority.
Did they really need to be so loud in their conversation? It just seems weird. It doesn't make this episode any less enjoyable.
There is no time for rest. You must follow the example of the machines.
Well, this is the problem with machines. They don't understand rest, per se.
Important.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Not stop.
Yeah, because that would be the way
Peak by tomorrow
machines sort of see it. It's like
Attack is to begin.
not understanding tiredness, really.
By the war machines.
Oh, yeah, victory, that's right. And we'll all be here, won't we?
All explosives to be collected here.
Sorry, I'm just quite tired. I didn't get the best night's sleep last night. Oh, she's pushing through the brainwashing. That's very good. That shows strong strength of character.
All explosives to be examined and primed, ready for use by noon.
Especially if they're building her up to be a companion.
The success of the war machines depends on us.
You know, companions often need to have strength of character. I feel that was Donna's sort of problem in her first, appearance in the Christmas one. She was sort of headstrong, but couldn't cope maybe with things like aliens and that sort of thing. But obviously we saw a progression over Series 4.
After what happened to Dodo, my dear sir, we should never have left those youngsters out of our sight. It might be Ben now. I'll see.
Come in, mate.
Dear boy.
Yeah, because Donna's probably still my favourite companion,
Take it up, take it up.
because she developed so much.
She's still there, Doctor. They've got her. She's one of them now.
What do you mean they've got her? Where is she?
She's in a warehouse.
Where?
A warehouse in Covent Garden. And there's a machine. A killer machine. And if we don't stop it, it'll kill half London.
Where is it? It's impossible.
Yeah, we always
Look,
denial.
It has happened. Don't let's waste any more time
We are
arguing.
not wasting time, my dear boy. We need Sir Charles' authority, his help. Without this, we can do nothing.
So
Mr.
true.
Charles, every minute we waste is dangerous. They look as if they're preparing an arsenal to blow up the London.
Well, if this is so, why weren't the police informed?
Well, I'm telling you now, and I nearly got done. What more do you want? You inform them. If you don't, it'll be on your own head.
I don't like your tone, young man. I am quite prepared to accept the truth of this boy's statement.
All right. If you consider it's necessary...
Bhutan.
Oh, no, I hardly think that will be necessary. There's no evidence to link Professor Brett with this machine of yours.
No link up. What about Polly?
I've had quite enough from you, young man. I shall handle this affair in my own way.
What's he going to do?
Well, I fear we've riled him, my boy. You see, the official mind can only take in so much at a time. However, we must keep our weather eyes open. Come along.
Hello. Hello, hello. Operator, I seem to have been cut off. Ah, is that you, Minister? No?
And
Well, for heaven's
politicians
sake, call him out of the conference.
often-
There is an emergency.
don't like to be pushed.
No, I'm not telling you again. Is that you, Minister? Yes, yes, this is very serious indeed. Some kind of killer machine, I'm told. It's like a tank. It has about 20 men with it. Yes, I should say this would call for firearms. Just as well to be prepared. Huh? What do you think they might call the army? Well, just as you say, of course.
I mean, in the UK, the police
No.
don't have guns,
No, well,
but
I've
they
got
do
all
have,
the
like, the
details.
specialised
Covent Garden
police
area, I'm told.
departments.
Fine. Right, well, I'm off down there. I don't know how they'll react yet. Oh, they won't get very far.
It's very skeptical. Mind you, I'd probably be skeptical as well. As skeptical as him, probably not.
Say the word and they'll go in and have a look round.
This, might be a little more dangerous than we think.
Don't worry, Sir Charles. My lads can handle it.
All right, then. When you're ready, go ahead.
They always say, oh, we can handle it. Never can.
Calling Orange Patrol. Calling Orange Patrol. Your objective number 1.
You'd think a bullet, though, would be able to destroy.
Warning, 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 there are intruders, warning! Attack! Destroy the intruders, they must not escape!
Like the way it's just
All
like a
patrol.
fire
All
extinguisher.
patrol. Corporal, can you hear me? Over. I can't raise them.
Obviously, it's supposed to be something more.
And what is in there? It's one of our patrols.
They must not escape. Look out! They must be destroyed. Tell your men to hold the fire. Cease fire! Let me alone, Halo. Now listen to me. You are completely surrounded. Stop the machine and come out.
I don't think they
Fire
care.
any tricks, we shall open fire again. All right, Captain. Fire destroyed. If it is the enemy, in your own time, fire!
Not sure I get the front wheel in the middle, since it can operate without that. Right, the Doctor standing face to face with the machine. Okay, so that was the War Machines episode 3. A solid episode. Yeah, I have been enjoying this story a lot. I think one problem I have about this episode, though, is that I had a lack of sleep last night, and it made it maybe not as enjoyable as it was. But that's obviously nothing to do with the episode. But certainly I liked Polly in this, the way seeing her, sort of breaking through the programming, the brainwashing, I thought was very good. It showed strength of character. Yeah, I'll be interested to see if they become companions, which I'm pretty sure they will be. How they will develop. Now, as I said at the beginning, I do hope Dodo comes back. If she decides to stay, which from the fact that they haven't had her in this episode makes me think that she may stay here. Not 100% sure, I'll have to wait till the end of next episode probably. But yeah, I do hope she does come back like in the last episode. I'd hate to see her just written out like, oh, she can go to the countryside to relax. I think that would be really not the best way to write her out. And it would probably personally be a little disrespectful to the actress. Trying to think, is there anything else? Well, we'll just break it down anyway. Hopefully it works sometimes. Okay, so we sort of start off here with the War Machine seeking Ben out. Ben tries to convince Polly to get out of there, but obviously she's been brainwashed. They then catch Ben, and Polly just can't break through the brainwashing at the moment. The doctor's worried about Ben, considering it was a mistake to let him go out alone. Votan said he must work for them. I'm not 100% sure if that is correct, or if Polly was basically just starting to break through maybe the brainwashing. Have to wait and see. Here we have them talking about the plan in the post office tower. Here we have Polly very much exhausted and sort of showcasing that maybe the machines don't understand that humans need sleep and rest and food. From a machine's point of view, they probably wouldn't understand that. But maybe not. Just have to wait and see in the future how AI develops. Here we have Ben basically trying to escape and Polly not giving him away, which is really good. Enjoyed that. I wasn't as invested as much in all the work, you know, that they were doing for the machines. I don't know. It was more the Polly sort of breaking through the brainwashing that was more interesting. Ben escapes, gets back to the doctor and tells him what's happening. Polly here realizing that his friend and all of that, and then she has to go to Votan for punishment. I've forgotten Sir George, is it? Sir Charles? I've forgotten what they called him. He's having a hard time believing it, which is understandable. The doctor obviously tries to convince him, and he then calls the minister. If I do get names mixed up or wrong, I do apologise. Sometimes I just can't remember the names with obviously so much information. Here we have the military sort of starting to get in place, and military entering the building, see what happens, and then they get into a fight out with the machine and the people in there, who are civilians who have no chance against the military personnel. Then eventually the military retreat from the machine because the guns aren't working. It'll be interesting to see if that, they may not bring it up in this, but if it has anything to do like with what the Sontarans did with the guns in, I've forgotten what it was called, the name of the episode, can't remember, but in series 4 with Donna and Martha and Unit, that sort of thing. Then the machine comes out, tries to destroy him. He basically calls them out, but they're not going to stop. And then saying that the guns are jamming, and the doctor comes face to face with the machine. Okay, so that was my breakdown of the War Machines Part 3. Really looking forward to continuing on in this. Hopefully I can get my recording of Stargate SG-1 up today as well. Yeah, but that's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And also, you can head over to my Twitter or Facebook account listed in the description below. Okay, so that's all for now, and I will see you next time. Bye.